Hello, I am Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz on May 19, 2015, 10:47 p.m. in Birmingham. And the topic is difficult. I'm going to have a series of these blogs, probably about 4. But I want to start off and tell you short term, Jade Helm is going to become a reality. But I need to get in and tell you the other things that's going on first. But Jade Helm will become a reality probably before we know it, possibly before September. But I'm going to tell you why. I think that. And I also want to tell you something else. I've done this before. I made blogs in the past, and I've counted the numbers of hits. And I would see up to 10 days go by without that changing. I know there's views because I get comments on some, and some comments I respond to, but most I can't. But I see the comment, but I don't see the view numbers. So even today, the numbers of views are not real. They're not the real numbers that you see. They're higher than what you see, and considerably higher. And I saw this again in several of them. But Satan is at work now. He's at work on the internet, and I would say that in the near future, all these warnings, not just from me, but from everyone, will probably start being removed from the internet, because when this goes down, they don't want anyone to have access to how to be saved, or where you can go for comfort, or where you can go and find some reading or some. It's not going to be on the internet. It's just not going to be there. It's going away. And I very possibly late this summer. We're that close, guys. We are that close. In Ephesians chapter 2, verse 2, man's nature is evil. Salvation made possible by God's grace through Jesus. But in Ephesians 2:2, wherein time past you walked according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. And what we can get just out of that is the unrest just in America. Just in America. We understand, Christians understand the Bible is probably as good as any other country, if not better. But the spirit of the air, that's Satan, that's his power. He's creating a disturbance in our country with our kids. And you have been seeing just the tip of the iceberg in the last several weeks to months. And this is only going to improve. What I mean improve, it get bigger. I'm gonna tell you something else I didn't want to say too quick, but the time of repairing this is past. There's no reparation. There's none left. And I've been praying. I set a time at 8 p.m. every night over 2 years ago, that 8 p.m. every night, my alarm on my cell will go off. I stop at 8 o'clock, whatever I'm doing, and I'll go pray. And I pray specifically for a number of things. I pray for you. I pray for my children. I pray for America really hard. I pray for Israel. I pray for the victims of false religions. This is Islam. And this is also the dark places, which is like North Korea, the innocent people in these places that are being hurt. You know, they hurt, they beat, they kill the women, and younger and older women that for some reason they hate them. This is the spirit right there of Satan. That's his spirit. He doesn't want a damn woman telling him what to do. So he'd just soon brainwash his people to kill them when they speak up. And that's what's happening. But reparation, repairing this country, not going to happen. We passed that point. Hate it, but we have. And but this is today. It is easy to give up or give in to sin of the flesh. And because so many things out there are just so easy. So easy to believe this, so easy not to believe that. So easy to go here and see this and say, well, you know, this movie Noah's Ark was great. Well, Noah's Ark was nothing but a bunch of baloney because it didn't depict the real thing. And it turns people, it makes people think differently than what God really did during that time. And it didn't depict on who God destroyed in that time. Noah's Ark showed giants helping him build the ark. Baloney. That's hogwash. But I have never heard in all the years I've been doing this, so many people right now today just screaming warnings. And I'm going to give you just some simple ideas of what we could have had if people didn't prefer the money so bad they had to put these people down, discredit, and kill them in order for them to get the upper hand on you. And what I'm talking about is Nikola Tesla. He had exactly what it took to make free energy, to create it, by putting up a pod or a tower like in a town, and every house within a distance of that tower had free energy. And this tower ran off like something as small as a 110. You can still do that today. You can make a 110, 110 volt, 110. Get this. You can get 3,800 watts out of it. You can run 3,800 watts. It's supposed to, a 110 is supposed to max out at about 1,400 or 1,500 watts. But you can get that today. That's a miniature Tesla coil. But he was discredited. His tower was torn down and destroyed. And then there was Stan Myers. He figured out free fuel, how to get fuel out of water. He was murdered for his idea because they didn't want him to give it away. And then you had Dr. Royal Rife that had a cure for cancer, a cure for every disease. He was discredited. But all the people that discredited these went on to be the people who owns these power companies, the oil companies today, and the doctors that sells billions of medicine to keep you sick rather than heal you through a simple radio frequency. I got to end it. I'll be back. Jody Wolf, Expoz.